Red Dead Redemption 2 is most probably going to take this year's top spot for the best video game release thanks to its insane number of features and attention to detail. Rockstar Games, through the combined effort of all of its studios, have put into practice everything they've learned from their previous success and failures in order to create the best possible experience for players. So far, we've had countless examples of amazing craftsmanship being put into Red Dead Redemption 2, and from the looks of it, that barely even scratches the surface. This game goes way beyond the attention to detail seen in any video game thus far, and it's understandable why everyone who got the chance to play this game so far was so blown away by it. While there are many features we can go over, and I will definitely do that in other episodes, for now I'll only focus on the weather itself. There are many details and mechanics surrounding just the weather in Red Dead Redemption 2, some of which are meant to impact your visual experience while others can significantly impact your gameplay. So I figured this would be a good time to cover some of them, as we also have some official confirmations by those who have hands-on experience with the game itself. And first of all, I'll start by mentioning that Red Dead Redemption 2 features a fully dynamic day and night cycle as well as a complete weather system with hundreds of weather conditions in it. Now, having a day and night cycle is not something unheard of, and many other games in the past, including even the first Red Dead, had such a feature. The difference this time around, which was also noted by one of the previews last week, is that there's a lot more to it than what has been done up until now. According to The Independent, in Red Dead Redemption 2, the sky is not just bright, then dim, then dark, rainy and sunny, but instead it's ever-changing and rendered with unprecedented verisimilitude. The clock will always be turning, reflecting the Earth's rotation around the sun, and not having much light pollution back in those days also means you'll get to experience a very beautiful and star-covered night sky. Similarly to the day and night cycle, the weather itself is also fully dynamic, and there are more weather conditions that you can count. Playing in the same time of the day could one time be a joyful sunny experience, while other times you could see heavy rain pouring from the skies. It's been reported that the cloud patterns themselves also form and disperse. Mist hangs heavy in the valley and wind sends the leaves flying in the air. While all of this might sound like small and insignificant details to you, you'd be surprised just how effective they are in making every scene believable. Similarly with the leaves, the wind fully interacts with the snow particles and they can lift snow and carry it in the air just like how it is in real life. Snow can also be blown down by the wind from the trees themselves. The snow in Red Dead Redemption is actually fully physical, which means that it pretty much interacts with literally everything that it touches. It dynamically forms on trees and it can be blown off them. It sticks to clothing and fur. It deforms and disperses when moving through it, and your character also reacts to the weather effects themselves, changing his posture according to like everything that's happening around him. So if it's raining outside, he's going to tuck his chin in so he doesn't get wet. Similarly, if he's walking through the swamp, he's going to take his sleeves up so he doesn't get wet. The amazing attention to detail doesn't even just stop to the visuals themselves, but in fact also continue with the sound. There are countless subtle weather sound effects in the game, such as the sound that the wind makes after a snowstorm, or birds starting to sing, and insects making noise once it becomes sunny once more. And these are just some of the details, and I've heard that there are many more. Even the wind and the leaves making the sound sounds so believable. Moving over to the gameplay impact, here is where things start getting very interesting, as every weather condition will affect your character in some way. There are details here from more impactful to more subtle as well. We already know that cold affects stamina levels for both your character and the horse itself, which is why grabbing the appropriate piece of clothing is also very important. Similarly, extreme heat will also affect your stamina levels, and walking in the desert fully covered, for example, is not really such a great idea, and eventually you will have to shed some of it off. But what is most striking is that even the ground itself and your weapons get affected by the weather conditions. First of all, the ground gets muddier, which in turn gets everywhere. In one of the gameplay scenes, you can even see the main character falling through the mud and having his clothes dirty exactly where he felt. This will drastically impact your levels of hygiene, and in turn also the way that other people's interact and see with you. Additionally, walking in the rain will also clean it off if you happen to walk into some heavy rain, so you can have that dynamic working on, which is really nice. Your horse also gets progressively more dirty as it spends more time in the mud, affecting both its performance as well as its general condition and its bonding with you, so you will have to like clean it every now and then. Using your weapon in heavy rain has also been reported to affect its performance, possibly even make it misfire in the process, and just like the snow, the mud itself is also fully physics based and rendered in real time, which means that moving through it or falling in it will make it realistically disperse as well as stick onto clothes. As for the world itself, the terrain has been reported to be very well made, and according to Rockstar Games, every tree has been placed by hand. Transitioning from one type of environment to other is done seamless and gradual. For example, coming down from the snowy mountains will gradually reveal terrain and leaves with less and less snow, and more green patches will start appearing just like in real life. You can even travel to a very high spot on the map, such as for example a mountain peak, and be above the clouds themselves, see all of the map itself and all of its beauty as well as all of the conditions happening in it, and when watching up the night sky it will be fully illuminated with stars as there would be no light pollution affecting it. So these are just some of the attentions to detail that exist in the game so far and have been reported by people who have first-hand experience with the game, and this barely even scratches the surface. But this is all that we have for today, guys. I hope this video was enjoyable to you, and if it was, don't forget to aim that like button and subscribe to the channel for more awesome content such as this, and I will see you guys in the next one. So peace out.